Hi everyone, welcome back to the lecture series of Computer-Aided Manufacturing. I am Neha Joshi, Assistant Professor in Mechanical Engineering Department at LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. Let's start our fourth chapter, that is Group Technology and CAPP. In previous session we had discussed about what is part family, composite part method, product flow analysis, design and manufacturing attributes. In today's session, we will cover different topics like part coding system, Opitz classification system, advantages of group technology, and limitation of group technology. Now, first of all, what is part coding? A part coding system consists of a sequence of symbols that identifies part design and/or manufacturing attributes. Coding is the process of assigning symbols to the parts. The symbol in the code can be all numeric, all alphabetic, combination of numeric and alphabetic. However, the most of the standard coding system use only numbers. Now, classification is a process to group all the related parts in a group, and sometimes it is known as a part families, whereas coding means that the part families are being assigned with a symbol. People will be able to obtain the information of the particular product based on the code. Each character of the code also carries the information of the previous code. This is the most effective and accurate method. Nowadays, there are almost more than 100 types of classification and codings are available in the world. Besides, the coding system may vary from one company to another company. Many companies had hired some expert to improve the coding system, but there is no any universal acceptance until now. Some of the people may think that coding is just a simple task and can be easily done. However, it is actually a very difficult and complex problem. Many time and energy have to be spent in order to find the best coding system that's suitable for the company. As stated above, there are about 100 coding of system available in the world. However, all the classification and coding system can be grouped into three different kinds. Generally, there will be three kinds of code, which is first one is hierarchical code, then attributes code or polycode, and third one is hybrid code. Now, what is hierarchical code, which is also known as a monocode? It is actually a coding system in which each character being used will need to depend on the meaning and carry along the information of the previous character. This kind of system also shows a tree structure pattern. The benefit of using this coding system will be the coding system seem to be more apparent and all the information will be obtained based on the code itself. Monocode is very useful in many ways, especially when the products are different in shape, size or other geometric characteristics. Forming a good monocode system can be very difficult. However, there are some hints for those companies who wish to form a monocode system. When forming the codes, the company should ask themselves some questions. The answer collected from the choices will enable them to form an effective coding system. Now, we will take one example of monocode system. Consider two parts defined by 5 digits. The codes are 15689 and 25689. Suppose the first digit stands for the general part shape, one means round part and second means flat part. If preceded by 1, the 5 may indicate length by diameter ratio. If preceded by 2, the 5 may indicate overall length. The monocode provides a relatively compact structure which conveys a lot of information about the part in a limited number of digits. The monocode provides a relatively compact structure which conveys a lot of information about the part in a limited number of digits. The benefits of this kind of coding system will enable us to obtain many information within a single few digit code. Furthermore, this kind of system makes some parts of the part can bring along some useful abstracting information to the company. However, the disadvantages will be it is quite impossible to produce a perfect monocode system. The other disadvantages will be existence of subgroup can lead to many different subgroup. This causes some positions having blank code. Now, second code, which is also known as a polycode and chain code. This code is different with the monocode in terms of the digit. In this polycode system, the digits within the code are all carrying different information. Each digit represents each different attribute of the part. The advantages of the attribute or polycode system will be very easily understood. This is due to of each character is independent from one another. The company can know the detail of exactly after the show of the code. Unlike the monocode, the character has to depend on the previous information. Therefore, only the user who are familiar with the process can read the exact details. But this kind of coding system also did show a very significant disadvantage. This will be the code form will be very long and large. And the last and final category of coding system will be the hybrid code or mixed code. This is a kind of code system which most of the company prefer. This system combines the advantages from the monocode and the polycode system. People may define this is an advanced system code. The example of this code will A12131B120. The first alphabet A is actually represent the type of part such as a gear or screw. The next 5 digits used to represent the attributes of the part. Then the B in the code above the represent another subgroup such as material or design. So the following digit will be explaining the attitude of the subgroup stated. This is clearly so that the system did rely on the previous digit but also has some digits are independent which are able to show the attributes by itself. Now we will discuss about the Opitz classification system. The Opitz part classification and coding system is the most widely used and perhaps the best classification and coding system available today. The basic code consists of 9 digits which can be extended by adding more 4 digits. Opitz code can have 3 sections. First 5 digits, which is known as a form code, and describe the primary design attributes of the part, which is followed by the 4 digit, which is known as a supplementary code, and describe the manufacturing attributes of the part. And this may be followed by a company specific 4 digit, which is known as a secondary code, intended for the described production operation sequence. Here in the diagram, you can see form code, then supplementary code and secondary code, which is used in Opitz classification system. Now, general structure of the Opitz classification system. Now, in this diagram, you can see primary digit. Digit 1 shows whether the part is rotational and also basic dimensions ratio, length to diameter if the rotational and length or width if the non-rotational part is there. Digit 2 show the main external shape, partly depend on the digit 1. Then digit 3 main internal shape. Digit 4 shows machining requirement for the plane surface, and digit 5 shows the auxiliary features like additional holes, etc. Now secondary digit, you can see here secondary digit which consists 4 digit. Digit 6 shows the dimensions. Digit 7 shows work material. Digit 8 shows the original shape of the raw material, and digit 9 shows the accuracy requirement. Now we will discuss what are the benefits of GT in manufacturing. First benefit is standardization of tooling, fixtures and setup is encouraged. The next one is improved worker satisfaction in GT cell. The next is working process and manufacturing lead time are reduced. Material handling is reduced as a part are moved within a machine cells rather than the entire factory. Process planning and production schedule are simplified and higher quality work. Now we will discuss the manufacturing application objective. First one is design retrieval system. A designer faced with the task of developing a new part can use a design retrieval system to determine if a similar part already exists. A simple change in an existing part would take much less time and designing a whole new part from scratch. From the survey of industry, we can see that the existing part design could be used 20%, existing part design with modification could be used 40%, and new part design required 40%. By using the group technology, simplification and standardization of design parameters such as tolerance, chamfers, hole size, thread size will be possible, which reduce the tooling and fasteners requirement in manufacturing. Now we will discuss advantages of group technology. First one is reduce material handling. A group technology layout is designed on the basis of minimizing the material flow, as the parts are moved within a machine cell rather than within the entire factory. So material handling is reduced. Second benefit is reduced tool setup time. The group technology reduces tool setup time, thereby reducing the manufacturing lead time. The third benefit is reduced work in process. The group technology drastically reduces the manufacturing lead time. These reduce the work in process and hence lead to the reduction in inventory of the raw material. Next advantage is promotes of standardization of tooling, fixtures and setups. Group technology manufactures the similar parts in one cell. This leads to standardization of tooling and fixtures. Next benefit is simplified process planning and production scheduling. In group technology, the parts are manufactured in a machine cell with simplified material flow. Therefore, process planning and production scheduling get simplified. Next advantage is better work satisfaction. In group technology, the quality of part is attributed to a group of workers in a machine cell. Therefore, the workers feel more responsible and motivated for the parts deriving from their machine cells. And last advantage is better product quality and productivity. The above mentioned features of the group technology lead to improvement in product quality as well as productivity. Now, what are the limitations of group technology? First limitation is difficulty in grouping the parts into families. In a factory, manufacturing a large number of parts, grouping of parts into family is a difficult task and consumes significant time. Second limitation is difficulty in rearranging the machine into machine cells. It is a time consuming and costly to rearrange the machine into machine cells. And the last limitation is inertia to change. Normally there is a resistance from worker for any change in manufacturing system. So this is the what about the group technology. Thank you for watching this video.